Well, it's a typical Sunday morning here. Try to get a little work done on the farm, and everything just does not work out right. Parked the roller fine and dandy right here in the middle of the path. Yesterday, it will not start to save its life now. I don't know what's going wrong with it. I think the fuel pump is not pumping. It'll start on ether, but it won't stay running. It's not getting fuel for some reason. Got the excavator over here. I'm going to grease it, move it out of the way, bring the other one, bring the new grading bucket up for it. I want to get the hoses put on that. There's rain coming. Move this topsoil and cut out a little bit more of the road before going over there and starting to clear some more on the other pond. Well, this is running now. I don't exactly know what the problem was. I held the it was hard to spray starting fluid in it and turn the switch. So I got somebody to turn the switch, and I held the old ether to it. It started running after about 5 seconds, so I'm gonna let it sit there and run for a little while and charge the batteries up. And I'm gonna take the backhoe and go get the grading bucket, bring over here and get it on the new 220. Go ahead and start undercutting a little bit of road out. All right, so here is the new AMI 66-inch grading bucket compared to the other one. This is still a 66-inch grading bucket as well. But this new design is powered by the Ram Cam. And what that is, it's a complete different design in there other than the cylinders. They're still cylinders, but they pivot differently off of that. And it allows it to not have the movement that does, which in return allows to have all this covered up, so that mud and dirt doesn't get all packed in there. Because this design right here, which is your normal grading bucket, has the cylinders. Well, as this tilts back and forth, these cylinders come out to, they tilt a lot, and it doesn't allow that to be covered up. And what'll happen in the winter time, and just on average, dirt and everything, you can see it all down in here. It gets all down in here, and it wears these seals out, and it wears all these pins and bushings out. And wintertime's worse because mud will get completely packed in here. And then if it sits overnight, it can freeze if you don't get that cleaned out. And it can damage the cylinders and everything in there. So I like this new design. It just keeps everything a whole lot cleaner. And I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to get the backhoe, get this hooked up to it, take it up there, and go ahead and wear a little bit of paint off of it. Grading bucket is delivered. The GoPros are so cold this morning, none of them will record longer than 25 seconds. So, didn't get any footage of that. Wonderful. I'm gonna see if I can't bring that over here and get this hooked up and see how everything works on it. So these are plugged in to the third auxiliary now. This way I can still use the thumb with this grading bucket. So that was the whole idea of having the extra set of auxiliary hydraulics, is to be able to use the tilt bucket and the thumb at the same time if need be. Let's see how it works. So all that seems to work pretty good. I did had to run the hoses on the outside. I ran them up there where I wanted to, but I accidentally made the hoses too short. So this was a set of hoses that I had, and I just, instead of buying all new ones, I just had some extensions made, and they probably needed to be about 3 inches longer. Can't win them all. Well, the good news is if I ever tear one of these off, I can always get another hose, but I'll probably end up getting some made that are about 2 or 3 inches longer. That way I can run it back there and be a little more tidy, but for now, that's going to work. Let's go ahead and load this topsoil into the truck, take it to the back, and hopefully not get stuck. I don't think today was meant to be. Never had a problem with Barney starting. Now the battery's dead. And it's starting to rain. There we go. I'm gonna tell you what's true. If it ain't one thing, it's another. I got it though. Here we are, lunchtime, and haven't got started yet. Now that this is running, let's see how bad we destroy the edge of the field driving down here. So road's gonna come all the way down here, leave a little bit of grass there on the side. So far so good. It's just low area right there in the bottom. That's the only thing I'm really slightly concerned about. We're about to find out how wet it is. We're gonna give it like we're gonna get stuck though. That way we don't get stuck. Oh God, we're still going straight and turning. Oh, turn. Oh, that was wet. Oh, we made a mess. Where do I want to dump this at? I think I want to dump this right here. So since the off-road truck has got to go to another job soon, like in 2 days, I'm gonna try to take advantage of it and strip a little of this topsoil off and haul it out of the way. See, the thumb is on this joystick, which used to be the tilt bucket, but now the tilt bucket is on this one. And it was taking me a second to remember that. So I'm gonna use the big machine to cut this grass up and put it in the off-road truck. Haul it back there. I think I can haul maybe one more load. It's gonna get starting to get kind of wet. But that way I'll have a little bit more road cut out for stone if I just happen to be able to get some, because the truck's probably gonna be out of town for about a month. And that'll give me a little bit more area to put stone. Flag right there. A lot of people ask me why I'm using the excavator and not the dozer or the grader to undercut it. Well, frankly, you can't load it into a dump truck, and the motor grader does not cut this very well. I mean, it cuts it, but I'm trying to cut it out and load it into a pile or a truck, and this is really the easiest way to do it, especially through there because it was so wet. I'm trying not to tear up anything other than where the road's going, so use a bulldozer, you've got to push it somewhere, and you can only push it so far before you've got to load it out or something. So it's just easier to use the excavator to scoop it up, put it in the dump truck. Really well. So right here I'm only cutting out about maybe 4 or 5 inches, maybe 6, since the ground is pretty good. Don't tell nobody I'm cheating. Look, I didn't have to get out, and I don't have to pay a truck driver. Wah, wah, wah. As you can see, the topsoil is getting a little lighter now. That dark, rich topsoil, I mean, you can see the pile over there. That's some beautiful stuff. Starts getting a little lighter, and once we get up there on top of the hill, it'll probably turn to clay. Therefore, I won't be cutting out quite as much. Actually, I'm starting to get into clay right now. that's fine. That's less stone that I'll need. I'll probably roll this fabric out another 100 feet or so and then stop using it. And I've got some lighter weight fabric, use it. And I think I'm just gonna put that fabric through the woods right there and put stone down. I haven't made my mind up yet. I need to go up there and see how bad it is where I took those trees down behind that building. See if I think I'm ever going to bridge across that or not. Who knows? Who knows? I just know I have more control of everything. If I do stone, I'm kind of at the mercy of whenever Charlie can do it. And the weather. This I can just kind of work on whenever I have a free minute or two. Alright, I'm going to keep loading this out and go dump this, and I may get one more. That'll leave me enough to be able to get some more stone put in here. Check that out. Got a nice road base cut out, about 5 or 6 inches deep. That was load number 4 loaded into the truck. Well, the first one was that pile, so 3 loads cut out. I'm about to my gate here, about another 40-50 feet, but that's all I'm going to cut out for right now. The rain is about here, and yeah, I want to get work on doing a little bit of clearing. So I want to park this, get the dump truck out of here before all this turns to mud, and work on clearing the other half of the pond site after lunch. Well, it is lunchtime. Boy, I just can't win today. Drove the truck for 2 hours, thought it charged it up, cut it off, won't start back at all. Got to looking and I found a broke ground wire off of the alternator, so that's probably keeping it from charging, and having the fan and the heat running and everything in there has probably killed the battery. So let me see if I can't get that connector off and put a new one on. All right, I didn't get any video because it's raining out here, but that connector had broke off, the wire broke off inside of it. So yeah, it's 34 degrees and raining. It's rather miserable out here, but let's see. That is on. Went ahead and hooked the jump pack to it. Hopefully the motor's still pretty hot, so maybe it'll start up easy. I'll let it sit here and run. Charge up. Please start. Let's try to save all the power we can. Oh, for crying out loud. This one's a pain because I got to get to the other battery, you got to swing the radiator out. That's what we're gonna have to do though. I lied, I was able to get the jump pack in there. Fingers crossed, 24 volt. Oh yeah. Oh, it's amazing how big of a difference that makes. I need to check the voltmeter and make sure everything's charging. Somebody must have fixed that. Before you couldn't get that to move. Interesting. So truck is running now. I'm going to take this excavator and clean this dirt up and get it over here in the pile and get this where it drains a little bit better. And then take the old one down there. I'm not going to clear any today, but at least get the equipment down there and track in the ruts that I made going through that bottom. And I'm calling it a day. I think I've had enough of adventures. While the dump truck charges up, I'm gonna move a little bit of dirt, stockpile it right here, just kind of clean this corner up a little bit so that everything will drain a little better. Stockpile of topsoil here. This will be very handy to use around here in places. We've got 4 truckloads piled up on the other end down there that I cut out from the road this morning. This is a little nicer looking material. That's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little bit lighter in color. Still getting used to the tilt bucket control on the left joystick. One of those things that just take a little bit of time to get used to. Does seem backwards though. I'll probably just leave the this stuff's got to go to a clearing job, but I'll probably wait till I get done with that big pond job, just in case I need any of it down there. I'll have it off on another job, so I'll just leave it here for now until I get done with that. Everything goes pretty smoothly on that job. Take the other excavator down there, and hopefully the truck will be charged up by then. It's been running for about 20 minutes now. I'll let it run for about another 20-25. Well, the truck's been running for an hour now, so I just checked it and it's showing 26.8 volts. So let's see. Suppose I could shut that. Please start back. Oh yeah. All right, so it was that wire It's always the little things. It's the little things that turn into big things. All right. Off-road truck, good to go. And take it to the job next week, along with the sheep's foot, and hopefully get started on that pond. We'll see how the weather holds out.